Hi, this is all beef Italian meatball. The beef is an 80/20 chuck cut hamburger meat. And the seasonings that we use, I use a quarter of a loaf for 2 pounds to make up the 30 meatballs. And I use a crusty type loaf that is like French or like a baguette. The olive oil, we're going to use 3 tablespoons of olive oil. The onion powder is a teaspoon. The minced onion is a teaspoon. The garlic powder is a tablespoon. And we have oregano dried leaves, that's 1 teaspoon. And pepper is 1 teaspoon. Salt is a teaspoon too. And we use 2 eggs for 2 pounds. I usually go by an egg per pound. And then I got 2 tablespoons of fresh sweet oregano that I cut from my garden, and Thai basil I cut too. It tastes pretty good. And on the bread, if you don't want to use fresh bread, you gotta put it in the oven and dry it out at like 250 for like 15 minutes, and then you can take it and you just crumble it over. Or you can use canned bread Italian crumbs. And here we crush the bread to make crumbs as best we can. Put my eggs in. And then all my dried herbs. Okay, mix it up. And if you want more salt or anything, you can always add more. And if you, I didn't do the spicy meatballs, you can add chilies or anything you want to make it hotter. This is just seasoned with dry herbs and fresh breadcrumbs that were dried out in the oven. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to add olive oil. My co-host will add it for me. You gotta do the 3 tablespoons. You can pour it in. I got stuff on my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, a little bit more. That's enough. But I usually add a tablespoon and a half per pound of olive oil, or you can guess if you want, but it has to be you can move the knife board and stuff away, darling. Bring the pan over. Pan. Alright, see, that's about the consistency you want it, because the egg and the olive oil and stuff will make the meat and everything stick together. You just roll it up in balls like that, and you'll have about 25 to 30 of them for 2 pounds with the breadcrumbs and everything. A piece of meat. We'll do a few and we'll plop them in the oven. And I say they should probably take about, put them on 350 for probably about 16, 18 minutes. And they should be done and really delicious to get ready to put in your meat spaghetti sauce. Yeah. I finally got done rolling them out. I rolled some of them a little bit thicker because I like to eat them with sandwiches and stuff, but I ended up with 24 from the 2 pounds. You can make them any size you want, but I always just do 2 pounds at least. And I use parchment paper, that way it won't stick to the bottom of the pan and the bottoms won't burn so bad when you have them in the oven. And then if you want later on, when they cook a little bit more on the bottom, you'll go and open the oven and you'll roll them to cook the other side a little bit better. I'm gonna put it in the oven. The oven's set at 350. I'm gonna put it in there for the first time. I usually do at least 12 minutes, and then I'll roll them over if I have to. And then I add more time to what I think. It's usually another probably 8 minutes after that. Thank you. I just pulled the meatballs out of the oven. Because they're different sizes. When I do the meatballs, the way you tell that they're done, when they get more done, they're more firm. So you can barely press them. They're basically fully cooked, and I'll cut it in a second to show. But the oven was set at 350. First time before I went to go flip them, I left it in for, say, 15 minutes. And then I pick them up with the fork like this to make sure the bottom's a little bit toasted. And then I flip them over like this. And then I'll reset the clock for, say, like another 12 minutes. And if they're not too big, they're usually done. And the way you test to see if they're done is you do the firmness test. No, I'm gonna cut it. And I'll cut to show you. Here's a bigger meatball. You can test with the bigger ones because they're usually not going to be done all the way. See, it's gray, no pink. The meatball is perfecto. And it's ready to either just keep them like this or make meatball sandwiches or mix with your spaghetti sauce to get ready to have spaghetti. And then you can also, I use them for my pizzas. I slice them thin like this and I put them on my pizza in thin slices. All right. Like us, share us, and tell anybody you want, and tell us how you want things done or things you might want us to make a video, and we'll try to make it for you. Thank you.